Hello and welcome to the Coal Authority podcast. The Coal Authority exists to make a better future for people and the environment in mining areas. We carry out vital work to keep people, drinking water and the environment safe from the legacy impacts of our mining heritage. These podcasts are intended to offer some insight into the work that we do and why we do it, and we hope that you will find them interesting, and we would welcome any suggestions for content for future podcasts as these series grow. Without further ado, let's get into the next episode. Thank you.
Hello and a very warm welcome to our next episode of our Confidence in the Coalfields podcast series. A podcast where we bring industry professionals together to discuss our collaborative working and the value we bring to the legal profession across Scotland with the buying and selling of property or land for development in coalfield areas. Today, I'm delighted and very excited to have back in our Confidence in the Coalfields hot seat, Lorna Innes, Development Director at First Scottish Searching Services. Lorna, welcome.
Welcome, Lisa. Delighted to be back here again.
We're delighted to have you, Lorna. And also joining us today for his first time in our podcast hot seat, we have Matthew Cheetham, who's one of the Coal Authority's records officers. And Matthew's worked with the Coal Authority for a number of years and actually started off in our customer service team who support you, Lorna, on a regular basis. So we're delighted to have Matthew join us today, and we're going to explore all of the great work that Matthew does at the Coal Authority. So we're going to start with you, Lorna. So since we last spoke to you, you've been incredibly busy. You've been doing lots and lots of travelling and working on your core objectives for First Scottish. But personally, you have been learning some Spanish. Now, Des Mas, tell me more, which is hopefully that is tell me more in Spanish. And I've not just massively embarrassed myself.
No. I was just going to say gracias, Lisa and Matthew. I'm going to give you a sentence that says, Yo soy una bruja blanca. To anyone that speaks Spanish, that says I'm a white witch because I was born on Halloween.
Amazing.
So there you go. That's a bit of interest. My Spanish lessons are going well, but it's not been as easy as what I thought. But I'm persevering and I will continue to do so.
That is absolutely amazing. I love the fact that you're learning Spanish, Lorna. There's literally no ends to your talent. So you just amaze me with everything that you do. So I hear you've got a holiday coming up that you'll be able to flex your Spanish in the car and bits and pieces.
Yes. I'm going to visit family and friends in Spain, and yes, and I will be driving in Spain as well. So here's hoping my friend and I do not do a Thelma and Louise, and that everyone in Spain or Alicante is safe. I haven't driven on the other side of the road for a number of years, so it'll be very interesting times ahead. But again, hopefully the weather will be lovely. But can I just say, in Scotland this afternoon, we must be 7 degrees and we've got sunshine.
Oh, have you? Send us a bit of sunshine. It's dull and cloudy in Nottingham. Yeah. So yeah, anything you've got, send us some sunshine.
I wish I could do.
So when we last spoke, Lorna, you were working on some objectives on the case management side of things. So how's that going for you?
The case management side and further integration with First Scottish at the end of last year proved to be quite challenging. We had a number of outstanding IT projects that we had to get delivered. We were delivering an upgrade to our document management system, which we managed to get done. That was started prior to COVID. An upgrade to our searching services that did get done, so that was good. And then started having to work more closely with some of the case management companies. And it has taken a bit longer, but I'm pleased to say we're at the testing stage with one. So some announcements should be coming out in social media soon, and with another big one, hopefully in the next 3 months. So yeah, all positive, going in the right direction. So thanks, Lisa.
Oh, amazing. That's really good to hear that everything's coming together. And I think, like, if we look at the property market as well, it's fair to say that it's been very resilient. Consumer spending is I think helped the Scottish economy, avoid a recession. And you've got Scotland's major cities that are performing better than certain places like Edinburgh and Glasgow. And I think it's the ESPC property market updates where they do a cracking job. And they recently outlined that places like Dunfermline continued to be
Yep.
hugely popular with buyers, along with West Fife, Kinross, West Lothian saw a boost in the region's property prices. And West Lothian are also seeing a significant rise in average house prices of 28.6%. I was like, wow, that is amazing. And how are you finding? Is that kind of reflective of what you're seeing, Lorna?
Yeah, I would agree. I think speaking to clients out there, at the end of 23, there was a slowdown with the new builds, but that seems to have started to pick up again. The property market itself, I think 2022, that finished at 103,909 properties sold, whereas
Wow.
at the end of 23, it was down to 94,093, which is a downturn of 9.45%. But that's been pretty consistent. January this year started off quite good, so we're hopeful for the beginning. Well, hopefully by the summer things will have started to turn around slightly. Because for us, if the market is good, then our business is good. So we really need a good market to do well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been working really closely, haven't we, Lorna? And a little sneak preview into some of the work that we've doing. We've got a little video coming out, haven't we?
Yes, we have, but we'll keep that under wraps just now. We'll let the suspense build and see what
That's
happens.
it. Absolutely. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. And I just wanted to really highlight here, Lorna. First Scottish are an incredibly valued customer to the Coal Authority. We've worked very closely with you for a number of years, and you only sell the Coal Authority's Con 29M coal mining reports. And, for our listeners, the Coal Authority has managed the legacy of coal mining on behalf of the government for the last 3 decades. And we're all about, raising positive awareness for the work that we do to ensure that the customers and the people that we work with make confident decisions across the coalfields. And for us, it's all about drawing on the breadth of the experience throughout our organisation. We're massively growing. I think we're nearing 400 members of staff. And I wanted to kind of bring Matthew in today as well, because sometimes, Lorna, you will call upon the Coal Authority. You'll need some of the added value services which our Con 29M will recommend. So things like the claims history side of things. So have you been down to the Coal Authority, Lorna, to actually explore our paper stores anytime?
Do you know what, Lisa? I would love to say yes here, but when we did get the opportunity to go down, I let two of my colleagues go, and I was involved in something in the office, so I'm ashamed to say I haven't been down, but I would like to come down, and I certainly would like to have a wee route around the archives. Be very interesting to see what we can find down there.
Definitely. Well, we'll have to get something sorted for sure, Lorna. But yeah, I think it's great because obviously, so Matthew, you started in the customer service team, didn't you? So you have got that kind of awareness at the front end of those claims coming in. And you've also then able to go over to the claims archive, and you can get all of the files out for customers. So just explain to us a little bit around what's the customer journey like when an instruction comes in for a claims history.
Yeah, so hi there, guys. Hi, everybody. My name is Matthew. So, as Lisa's just said, I've worked on all sides of this process. I've seen it from beginning to end. When an instruction comes in from a search provider, from a member of the public, from an external solicitor, then they will ask for one of our added value reports, which is the subsidence claims history report. And basically, what they're asking for at that point is every single piece of knowledge that the Coal Authority has about a particular incident, be that a surface hazard, be that a subsidence claim, be it a mine gas emission. And at that stage, what the customer service team will do is they will search on our electronic document record management system for one of several million records that we hold here, both electronically and paper. And if it is a paper file, then what they will do is they will request that from ourselves in the records team. The records team have a way of being able to locate one of our 1.5 million paper records in less than 5 minutes, and we will be able to provide that information in its entirety to the customer service team. A journey is then provided for the customer in terms of why was the claim made, what information did we actually find out when we went to do the investigations on the property, what information was taken from our systems, how were decisions made, also when we get to the part where we go and actually remediate a property, what information do we have on the works done, how much money was spent, what was it spent on, and were the clients actually happy with things. In the instances where a claim is rejected, we will also have details on why the coal authority decided that it was not in our remit. And what that gives the customer is peace of mind. It gives them peace of mind in one of two ways. Either there was something happened to a property, however, if the coal authority reject, they can be 100% confident that whatever the details of the case may be, it was nothing to do with coal. And we have been able to back that up over many cases which have been challenged, which have gone to arbitration in some cases. And in those cases, we have been able to lay our evidence down to say, this is what we have done to make sure that the property is safe from a coal mining point of view. If we actually took up that claim and we actually did work on that property, then what the customer has is detail on exactly what was put right to the highest possible standards using our expertise and knowledge, which, as Lisa said, have been gained from well over 30 years experience just as the Coal Authority and dating back prior to that to the British Coal Corporation and the National Coal Board.
Just Lorna, it shocked me like how many records that we'd got, because 1.5 million, and we're getting like regular claims coming in all the time, aren't we, Matthew?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we will remediate these. Well, we will get these days around about 700 claims across the three nations we serve. With coal mining now being very much on its way out, especially in Scotland, we would not expect to have too many more subsidence claims in. With that said, everybody is completely free to put in a coal mining subsidence claim if they feel that their property is being affected by subsidence due to coal mining. The form is on the government website and it's completely free to make that claim.
That's really interesting. Sorry, I was just going to say, I can't believe a 1.5 million records and you can actually get the information back in less than 5 minutes is pretty impressive, Matthew.
It's a big store, but it's well laid out. It's one that, as I say, we have our EDRMS that will tell us exactly what the file name is and which box it's in, at which point we knowing enough to actually work our way around the stores, we can go and find that box at the drop of a hat, provide that information over to the customer service department. So in a matter of an emergency, we could potentially have that information to an external solicitor in less than half an hour.
Yep. Lisa, I was just going to say, one of our sister companies is our document management, storage and scanning business, which we do very well in Scotland. Again, we service a legal profession with that, but we don't go down to the same details. But we've probably got 60,000 boxes in our storage facility, and we do scan a lot of solicitors' files as well. So it's just quite interesting here. We've got some more similarities in common yet again.
Absolutely. And the archives, I'm just so fascinated by them because, you know, it's a lot of history all under one roof, and our archives are like they're 3 floors high. I mean, I can't even explain how big they are. They're just really impressive, and they're so organised. Like Matthew said, within 5 minutes, he can just go and put his hand on whatever he needs. So that customer journey is just immense, you know, in what we're able to deliver in quick time as well. And I think, you know, it's also important to mention here that, you know, the Coal Authority investigated 770 mining hazards and subsidence claims, and this was across the 3 nations that we serve across England, Scotland and Wales in the last year, and we determined there was 72 for Scotland. And the law on subsidence damage, Matthew, if your home has suffered coal mining subsidence, you have rights under the Coal Mining Industry Act of 1991 as amended by the Coal Industry Act of 1994, don't you?
Yeah, that's correct. So, as I mentioned previously, if you have any subsidence with your house that you believe is going to be due to coal mining, you can put in that claim under the 1991 Subsidence Act completely free of charge. That then comes through to ourselves. Our public safety and subsidence team will be on hand every single day of the year to actually provide any emergency support. But in a normal manner of business, they will then have a look and see what seams have been worked under your property, when they were last worked, and they'll be able to make a judgment on, do we believe that this is actually to do with coal? The critical thing is, if there are no seams underneath your house, realistically, even if you are on the coal field, it's not going to be due to coal. So sometimes it can be done on a desktop study, but sometimes it will be necessary for our project managers, and we are regional as well, so we go all around the country. It's not like we're only based here in Mansfield. So Scotland has its own dedicated regional managers for public safety and subsidence, and if it is necessary, then one of our project managers will be on site to actually take a look at the property, to actually measure what the ground movement potentially is, and over a number of months, then the coal authority will have a look, see what the scale of movement on a property will be, and see, okay, is this a claim that we need to take on under the Subsidence Act? If it is a claim that we decide, yes, the subsidence on this property is being caused by historic coal mining, then we will, at our expense, relocate the family out of the property if necessary, pay the costs of rehousing them while the work is being done, or if the family can be left in the property, of course we will leave them there. We will pay everything towards that property being set right, and we will make sure that the property is in exactly the condition it was in before any damages started to occur to it. And as I say, there are various checks, balances, there is legislation behind that. So this isn't just something that we will patch to a certain standard and go, do you know what, we think that's okay. No, it is to the absolute highest standard. And this is work that's been going on since the 1957 Subsidence Act, which was later changed into the 1991 Subsidence Act. So these practices, these procedures have been carried on throughout nationalised industry and through to today. So this is well established practice that we are still carrying out.
And I think as well, it's about the strong relationships, Lorna, that we've got with the lender community. We work very closely with the Building Society Association and also the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. From a building or land or commercial point of view, it's about making sure that the property or land is safe for development. And this is why, Matthew, isn't it, that these relationships are so key, and that we have those with those people.
They are so key, and it's also turning a negative into a positive. A claim is not a bad thing. A claim is a good thing because it gives you surety of mind that either the property was affected by coal mining subsidence, but it was put right, and it was put right by the best people in the country capable of putting it right. Or if we did reject, then you can say, okay, whatever it was definitely not coal. We can chalk that one off. It's not something to be feared. It's not something to say, oh no, I see that there was a claim on this property. There might still be problems with it. There should not still be any problems with it. And the other thing is, even if in the future you were to find, I think there might be something happening again, just because there was a claim made at some point in the past does not preclude anybody from making a claim in the future.
And for our listeners as well, if anybody did want to report a surface hazard or subsidence claim to the Coal Authority, you can do so 24/7 by calling 0800 288 4242. So, for us at the Coal Authority, it is ensuring that our customers receive all of the information they need to make confident decisions and in a timely fashion. And this supports you, Lorna, doesn't it, with your customer journey that you offer?
Oh yes, it totally. We're all about trust and having trusted partners, and that is another reason that we deal with the coal authority. We'd rather deal with the horse's mouth rather than people that buy information and pass it on to other third parties. So we know we've got an issue, we go straight to the coal authority. We've got great relationships there, and again, as I said earlier, it just comes down to trust, and that goes a long way for our clients.
Absolutely. And so I'm hoping everyone's found that interesting, that insightful look at what goes on behind the scenes in when ordering a claims history. So we're attending, Lorna, the Scottish Paralegal Association, which is coming
Yes.
up. Very excited for that. So that's on the 25th of April. If anyone hasn't got their ticket yet, you need to get one. You need to come and see the Coal Authority, First Scottish. There's other providers that are going to be there as well, and we'll be delighted to spend some time with you. We've got some cracking presentations planned. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing you there. And I'd just like to finalise by thanking you both. I've really enjoyed doing this podcast with you today, and I hope that our listeners have enjoyed having a bit more insight into First Scottish and the services that we work together closely with at the Coal Authority as well. And, you know, what we are here to do is very positive. We are here to provide confidence in the coalfields, and it's so great to see that people are enjoying the work that we're doing together. So a massive thank you from me.
Okay. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Brilliant. Well, we shall look forward. Please tune in to our next episode coming out soon. And thank you again for listening.
So we hope you found that podcast interesting and insightful. As we're showing it on our social media channels, if you have any questions or further comments or any suggestions for future podcasts, we'd be really pleased to hear from you. So don't be afraid to get in touch. And we look forward to spending some time with you next time. Thank you.